Well, Kuro team, welcome aboard. I've got a few things to do, so I thought, you know what? If I've got a few things to do, I could do that today via live stream for a change. I don't normally do Transport Fever by live stream. I don't do much live streaming, to be honest. I know some people do. I was having a look at some guy the other day, 7 hour live stream. Oof, marathon. That's a bit of an effort. Anyway, yeah, I don't have the time to do that. To be honest, it's just don't. I just spent most of my day trying to wrap up Death Stranding 2. Oh my gosh! What a game. Honestly, tell you. Every time you think it's finished, there's like another hour to go. It seems to take for ages. Anyway, what are we here to do? Well, so hopefully you have been watching my channel episodes on Transport Fever 2. And if you haven't been, what you been doing? What you need to do is you need to go back and you need to have a look at those. And you need to hit like on all of them. And then once you're done with that, you can subscribe. Or you can subscribe first and then go back and hit like on all of them. So here we are. So we're at Bonneyville. I just put in this transport commuter train jobby. I might slow things down a little bit. So we've now got 9 there. He's somewhere rustling his way up the top here. We're getting people here. It just picked up. So he's picked up 5. What's he cost me? Minus 221,000. Right. Okay. Anyway, it's not popular yet. It's not a popular route. Not a popular route at all. Um, I've got I've got some trucks bringing wood in here now. I think I said in my last video I wasn't sure if I was going to. Just to keep it alive. I don't want it disappearing. So I think there's like 2 trucks on the line. Let's have a look. Yeah, 2 trucks on the line. So just because I don't want it to disappear, and I haven't done anything with this, we might get to that today. We might have a little look at that later, ish. Let's see how far we go. Before things go crazy. So, what do we need to do? Well, what I need to do is I need to have a look at some of these lines and see what's happening. A touch of the old micromanagement. So, what's happening is we have log trucks, and these, and that's the bricks trucks. That's the logs and tools trucks. So we've got a bunch of routes happening here where there's a whole horse and cart where they're coming in here and they're dropping off logs. They're picking up whatever they're picking up, in this case tools. They're taking the tools into the town. They're coming back down here. They're picking up the logs and they're doing a loop, right? So the idea is that they're not traveling very much empty. So they got a little bit going there, which is fine-ish. I feel like there's logs here. Are we bringing logs in or taking them out? I think we're taking them out. We must be, because otherwise they wouldn't be stacked there. This guy. This guy is not getting enough. So, because then there's this guy. Now, he's got loads of timber but not enough steel. So, maybe this guy doesn't need too much. Maybe we're doing okay with this guy, and we don't need to worry too much about that. But what's this guy like on tools? So on tools, we're like short by twice as many vehicles. Now, the issue that I have with that, and maybe arguably, who cares, is you can see the emissions along the road. Now, if I double the amount of those tool trucks, I'm going to definitely double the amount of vehicles that are coming in here. And I'm going to be increasing the emissions. Now, that may not really have a mass because you've got so many pluses. It's minus 30 at the minute, but this is plus 60 and this is plus 50. If I can get that up higher, we've got plus 40, plus 30, plus 60, plus 50. We need to do work on bricks. We need to do work on bread. you kind of, who cares about emissions? They're not really substantial enough a problem. Um, so I suppose there's a couple of things. First off, these guys, RSCP tools and logs, right? There's a bunch of goods and bads in here, and some mediocres and some very bads. So what we'll do is skipping the goods. We'll get all these bads. We'll include that one because it's mediocre. And that's all of those. And what we will do is we'll move on to those. And then we will literally double those. Now they're all going to come pouring out of here. I say pouring out of here. We're obviously, we're not going at top speed. If we were to run them at top speed, will they pick up logs first, or are they just going to bypass the logs? They're going to run in and grab logs. Excellent. Right, they're kind of like little beetles, aren't they? Remind me of like little scarab beetles. Right, so they're doing that. The other thing I need to do quickly is have a look at where we are with what is good and what is bad. Oh man, 1, 2, 3, 4. I know. Gosh, we gotta go. I did say we're doing the covered ones here. I did say I'm doing about 40 of these at a time and I'm not keeping up, so I'm gonna have to increase it again. I think at one stage I was doing 50 and I pegged it back again. We'll see how we go with how many we get of these particular covered horse-drawn wagons, but I think we might have to go as high as 50 because we got to start knocking some of these numbers down. There's just so many vehicles running in absolutely dreadful condition. 39. See, we're still got plenty of very bads to go. 48. Can we find 2 more? No, we're into the bads now. Are there any more left? I'm not sure there are. Covered. So we're doing you. Right. Okay. So that's that situation dealt with. Right. That was logs and tools. Logs and tools. Fuel is probably the other one, isn't it? Because there's not enough fuel. Fuel's a key one. Again, not quite double, but certainly 60% more, I would say. Boop, 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 boop. That's this guy here. Fuel trucks. How many of those are there? Also 17. 17. Let's say 10 more. Right? Let's say 10 more. Because I need to increase the demand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the demand here with these vehicles. And then once we have sorted out the vehicles, there's a little bit of a jam happening here. That's inevitable. They're going the other way, which is great. Great-ish. Because the fuel trucks don't go. Where do they go? They just go back round again. Which is fine. So they go back around again, and they go back in here. And how many have we got waiting here? We've only got 29 there. So hopefully those extra trucks will create a little bit more. But while we are on that, let us just double check. So who's bringing in fuel? Antiquera is bringing in fuel. So you're coming from over here, are you? There's no fuel there. Why is there not enough fuel? So who's bringing fuel here? The Antiquera fuel supply? You are dropping off you are picking up. Yeah, so that is these trains that are running down here. That's a big train. And it's only carrying 57. Now, I've just changed these so that we can move an awful lot more stuff. So this guy is now ramping up. So maybe with this one, we're going to see a little bit more. Although I see that this guy isn't moving. Why isn't he moving? He's not moving because there's a signal missing. Should be a signal there, I feel. Yeah, now you can maybe go. Ignore that road. Oh, he's going to end up blocking the road, isn't he? Yeah, he is. He's blocking that road. That seems to me like that's an important road. So let's deal with that. But anyway, so we have this huge train, and he's heading this way. And I have a feeling that the problem with that is he's being held up by other traffic inside here. Although someone's just dropped off. Antiquera Arrecife fuel. Someone just dropped off fuel. Have I got two very distinctly different trains? No, I have two large trains carrying a lot of stuff. So this guy is also carrying a lot of stuff. He's going to drop off an awful lot of fuel. And he's going to pick up some fuel. Right? And then he's off. So I had just changed this, so we've now got a significant abundance. We need to be shipping a bit more. Well, I'll get to that in a second. So we've got our chappie running in here, and he should drop off some more fuel. Yeah, that's fine. And then he's gonna pick up stuff. Is there a reason why he's not going? Why is he not going? Let's have a look. Something to do with timing. Something to do with trains. So he's not going because he's giving way to the train coming in past him. Right, so now the other train is waiting. We need to wait for that big train to go past. Then hopefully he should go through, right? But he's got to wait. No, now he's got to wait on this guy coming through. See, there's too many trains coming through here on this track. Because we've now also got another train out here waiting. So now he's off. But that's somewhat delayed me in terms of that kind of an aspect of thing. Right? And I suppose the other thing is, while we're sitting here waiting, where is the train that's carrying the fuel? This fella. So this fella is just one of these fellas? There's two of them. So where's the other one? Is the other one just also taken off again? Is that one? No, that's the freight one. Is that you? Right. So they've become out of step. So they're running a bit too close together, I think. When they should be running slightly apart. For absolute definite. Okay. Right. I'm not sure there's much I can do about that for the time being. Well, let's see what happens with that one. We have Arrecife Bricks trucks. Now, we just have 4 vehicles doing that. We're just not getting enough bricks. Why are we not getting enough bricks? They want 25 bricks. this train, I think, is the Arrecife Freight, which has, sorry, not that one. No, that one doesn't pick up bricks. Okay, who picks up bricks, sorry? The second one, maybe? The second one picks up bricks, so that's Arrecife Freight 2. He's coming out of Villa de Cans. Villa de Cans should have loads of bricks. Arrecife 2. 29 bricks. Okay. That's probably because other places are getting more bricks because they need more bricks. So all I can do is generate more bricks. And I'm generating a lot of bricks, and I have an awful lot of trucks trying to move an awful lot of bricks. As you can see here, we have a serious abundance of vehicles trying to shift bricks as fast as we can. So I'm not sure I can make any more bricks move down this line until I get larger vehicles to shift bricks. So that's Arrecife bricks. And food, some food, that was also you, I do believe, wasn't it? Food, yeah. So food is also coming from here, and food from here, not a lot. I did say with this boat, didn't I? I did say with this boat, which is now currently empty, maybe I could generate a food line here. Where would I put that? Where would I be able to put that food line? That wouldn't connect there. I can see that it's connecting there. Right, that's connecting with the industry. That's connecting with the port. So it'd have to come down here to connect with the port. Which is, you know, fine. We'd have to do a little bit of the old watchamajiggery. Come on, watchamajiggery. This appears to think that this is mostly flat anyway. Which is cool. Am I using the smoothie tool? No, I'm definitely using the flatten tool. Right, okay. What if... Can't aim with bricks for the time being, but what if, with regard to food, what we want to do is we want to turn this around some. I think that's about level. About level. Right, cargo. Let's do that much for now. Want them coming in on this side, out on that side. Pretty simple. Yeah, we're gonna want it straight. I think as straight as we can anyway. Right, and then that little cargo collection point there will pick up from there. We're gonna have to think about a road network. Right, who wants food? Who wants food? It's you people. You people want food over here, don't you? Like there. I reckon in. So we'll put that cargo stop there. Right. Terms of a road. Uh, road. We're gonna have to go over. I mean, obviously, the shortest point is, the shortest direction between 2 points is a straight line. So we'd like it to come over here somewhere. This is quite high. This is quite high. Um, but also we can't go under because there's this here. Um, if I would have to come up that far, so I can't go back under. And we all know the issue with bridges, don't we? Bridges. Jeepers. Um, yeah. Yeah. I don't. Maybe I can just go over one train track, and then that would save me some pain. So if this is level, and we say 4, maybe we should, in theory, be able to go over it. Look, it doesn't even like that. 5, 5, and I appreciate it's got the wonky bridge. So let's say I try and make it even. What have we got there? We're right on the edge, and then we've got 1, 2, 3 more. We've got 1, 2, 3. I feel like, can I get that? 1, 2, 3, 44. Is that about level? Is that about right? And then we make a stone bridge. Ooh, it's not great. It's not great. We are on an incline, which is I mean, we are going from high on one side to lower on the other, so kind of let's not say I'm okay with that, but I'm not okay with it. What is it? Uh, what's his name from The Simpsons? Mr. Burns said, "I know what I don't like, and I don't not like this," or something like that. Right. Anyway, if we were to whatever take bendy and head off down that way, what would that look like? This isn't like the worst for a bridge, for a road bridge. You probably want to come out a little bit more, maybe. But I don't want it to be. I mean, I would like it to be like fairly straight on. I think that's fairly straight on. Then we can do that. How's that look? Oh, I don't like the way it does that. Crazy coconut. I wonder if we can get that to do that. Right, that looks well better, but not super. So, right, okay. So we got that road bridge there, and then effectively the same. Why would you be so low? No, because you're connecting with the wrong object. Oh my nodes. Right. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's kind of honky donkey. I'm trying to see if it lines up sort of that way. It's definitely up to something. So we have to come down a bit. Right. Yeah, it's weird. It's a very weird bridge. It's a very weird bridge, but it is a bridge. So that's a win. I guess, in a kind of a way. And then relatively straight. Relatively straight. Okay. With the old. No, I definitely want that. Let's see what it says. Our survey says. Is that what you say? I guess it is. I don't like that bit, but otherwise elevated, slopey, bridgy, downy, into towny. Right, where's my smoothie tool? Smoothie. Let's get rid of that. We'll lift that a touch. We'll mess with that a smidge. We'll do that, and a bit of this, and a bit of that. It still looks dreadful. I really do hope that whatever bridge building mechanisms they come up with, they're better than the ones that we currently have, especially for console. I have watched people building on PC, and they have equally as frustrating a time with bridges as I do on console, which is crazy. So right, so we've done that, got that, we've got this, we've got those, we've got them. Right, in that case, let us add an A line from there to there. And why do we call that RCF Annex? Let's call it RCF Port Hub and be done. And we're going to say yes, you get out of those. And we're going to say, can you pick up some bread? And then can you drop off? And we'll call this RCF, let's call it RCF Port Food Trucks. Right, and we'll I don't know. Let's stick 4 on to start with until we see what this line does. And see where we're going. Meanwhile, with the boats, we're going to have to change what the boats are picking up. So when the boats get to Columnar, I already have them picking up food. I'm a genius. Look at that. I've already told them to do that. I must have been really on fire that day and was planning ahead. Right, I'll tell you what. Let's run that on fast for a bit and see exactly what happens. Exactly what happens, hopefully, should be some food comes up. It is attached, so in theory, that should create another need here. At Arrecife. Arrecife, yep. It says there's some at Arrecife, and there's where we're going with it. So it's definitely working. Right, so we've done that, which is great. So now we've got extra food coming that way, which might ought to help. We haven't run this anywhere near long enough to see what's happening with the fuel situation and the truck situation. And that's probably as much as we can do with this for now. We need to wait for some of those changes elsewhere to bed in. What's happening here? This one seems to be fine. Villa de Cannes, Arrecife Freight. We're bringing in stuff, and we've got a few things to go out. That's okay. 260 here, though. 260. So Villa de Cannes, what are you doing? You're bringing us down the bricks, and you're supposed to be taking back 100% machines. Okay. Well, you're a tiny train. You're such a tiny train. Look at the state of you. You're in good condition, though. That's not bad. Right. Well, we got room for way more machines. And what did we say about logs? 99. So we can take back 99 logs, and we can take back 260 machines. So I don't need to really find them to have a look at them, to be honest. So let's have a look at this guy. I'm not going to be loading him with 260 machines. That's for sure. But let's say we were to say 91 machines. That probably seems like a much more reliable number, doesn't it? Um, that's not what I meant to do. 98. Let's call it 98. Let's say 98. Starting with 98. And this guy's a few more logs. We had 4, didn't we? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's double that. 5, 6, 7, 8. Because I'm not super bothered about logs at this stage. We'll see how we get on with the machines in that one. So we'll increase him, and then that will hopefully shift some more of those machines. So, and this guy, the steel. So I got issues with steel. Who's bringing? Because we got steel here. Who's shifting steel? Steel trucks. The steel trucks are shifting steel, which is also fine. There seems to be a fair few of them, 10, because they're not really. They're gonna. I'm pretty sure that they'll run out of steel pretty quickly. We're loading up cargo platforms with stuff. It's fine. Everybody's moving. Everybody's moving. There's not a huge wait. Four or five at a time. It's gonna get worse, though. It is gonna get worse. That much is true. Because remember, we just added an awful lot more trucks and things. I'll have to keep an eye on that. But the steel's going down, and the steel's going down. So, who's bringing me steel? Freight 1? Is it Freight 1 bringing me steel? Yeah. Freight 1. Right, let's go up here and have a look at what's happening at Freight 1. 62 steel. That's not a lot of steel, to be honest. In fact, I think, is that... Coastlad has got more steel. That might just be because their train's smaller. So, 62 steel. But our steel trains, which are... Sorry, if I go here... That's the Columnar Villa de Cans one, right? He's up there at the steel plant, yes. So our steel trains are still pretty big. He's on the way back. He's on the way back. He's on the way down. So he's bringing a full load, 126 steel. And those others are fully loaded, taking tools and machines back. Do we need a 4th train? It's a long line. It is a long line. This guy's about to load up. Oh, he's off to a different one. He's off to the different one. This is the... That's the one. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one. So we've got one of them there. Where's he? Quite a ways. And where's he? He's there. I do think it's probably fair to say we could fit another one on. It is a long line. There's a huge gap. There's a huge gap there with no train on it. The train will come out of here. So we've got this guy here. Right? So that's going to come out of there. Yeah, there he goes. Right. Well, that adds that on because I think we need more steel for down here. Right. So, Arrecife, I think we've done your fuel, and I think we have done what we can for tools. And I think there's not a lot I can do about bricks at the minute, and I've done a little something extra for food for you, and I'm now noting there's quite a bit of congestion around about this hub. There's an awful lot of trucks coming and going and going and coming. I think these are all exits, if I recall correctly. They are all exits. So I wonder if I can I just shift some of you people? You're going to be a problem, May. I realize now, because where you're situated, and also you. So you, da bink, and you, da bink. Right. What I want to do here is we will. Where's the thing to there it is. Delete it. Right. So cargo. Gotta make it the full length. If you, I tried this before. Maybe you saw. Well, if you've been watching the series before now, you will have saw. But occasionally, I threw in hubs with platforms that were different lengths. It doesn't work. The game goes a bit weird, and it doesn't really like it. Is the short answer. The game doesn't like it. The pathfinding gets a bit wonky, donkey. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is where my bad ability to. Oh, that looks fine. Yeah, the pathfinding goes a bit weird inside, and as a consequence, you end up with the trucks behaving badly. You should just go like that. I suppose I could just have you do that. I suppose I could have you do that, and I could have you do that. And why is one still broken? Who is broken? Something has happened inside. I could not collect all. Sorry. Why not? Right. Anyway, we had quite a few people in there. So we'll take 2 of these out and bump them onto 3. I don't really think it matters which 2. Right? So that'll spread that burden of vehicles out a little bit more once they get themselves all sorted. So we've got a few more trucks running around, a few different platforms, and hopefully that will help alleviate any of the potential congestion issues. It is time for checking stuff again. What did we say we were doing? 50. There's 3. So many. 940 vehicles. I'm waiting for bigger vehicles. That might be it in that front. Okay. We will then, what we will do is, they were the last of the horsey ones. So we should have some of these. Yeah, so they're the open ones as well. So we'll keep going with these fellas until we get. I see there's a very bad train there. See, we're now in the bads, so that's fine. So let me go back to doing 40 on that. And I'll be replacing all of those with those. And I'll leave that for now. Leave that for now, leave that for now. Right, 2 secs. Need to throw another dog on the fire. There you go. Right, so RSC phase moving on, and it is moving on. Right. So, anti-queer, what's happening here? That's a heck of a congestion. What's going on with you folks? Did I do this? It seems to there seems to be quite a backlog of bus vehicles here. I mean, there's quite a few people waiting. It doesn't look like it's. I mean, it's creating a bit of a traffic jam. What I can do is I can probably widen this street. And where is the lines that are feeding this? That one goes round and back out again. Yes. And this one also comes round. So what I can do is maybe widen that one, and then we have that little loop, and that might make traffic move a little bit easier on there, possibly. Suza, and car horns. I'm sorry? I mean, Transport Fever 2. You're so funny sometimes. Car horns. I don't think we can put traffic lights on here yet. I don't think we can put traffic lights on our junction. Tools. We don't have the traffic light tool. We have tram tracks. I don't use trams. I don't like trams. Trams are such a pain. I never liked trams in city skylines either. You spend ages sorting out trams, and they become such a pain. You know, and you end up replacing them with buses anyway, because buses have more flexibility. So I've never been a fan of trams. Call me crazy, but I simply haven't. Look what's happening with you lot. Villa de Cannes commuter. Where are you off to? Is this like you stuck in traffic, or how many of you are there? There's 8 of you. You're all in dreadful condition. Right, well the first thing is, let's have you not be in dreadful condition. And how many did I say are waiting? I didn't. 60. So, we got 8, and each of these carries, what is it, 5? So you need another 10, actually, so we could easily double up on all of these. Right, double. It's going to be a big queue of these suckers as they all come out of wherever they're coming out of. They're coming out of here. Are they all going to head this way, or are some of them going to head somewhere else? They're all going to head somewhere else. No, they're all going to head this way. No, he's not. He's going somewhere else. Oh no, he's decided to change lane. He was trying to overtake. It didn't work out for him. Right, anyway, Antiquera. What else have we got happening here? What does Antiquera need? Antiquera needs some fuel. 128 of 145 plus 80%. That's not bad, you see. That's the congestion with the... Was it congestion? Or is that... Oh, I can't remember. Is that outside connections? Traffic or something? Could be, maybe, definitely. Fuel. These guys are all shifting fuel. There's a bunch of them. They're all dropping off down here. Now, the question with this one is, before I start adding, because I know that's 128, 145, are we getting everybody that needs fuel? Is the issue here one that we're not? Yeah, you see, I don't think we're getting everybody that needs fuel. So we might have to put in a little secondary line because this is dropping off for a lot, which is great, but it's not capturing everybody because there's a couple of blokes over here and there's somebody over there and there's someone on the corner there and there's somebody over there. So if we want to connect those, we're going to have to put in either an other hub. You shouldn't really be there anyway. This is really... Who are you? You're an industrial building slapped amongst residentials. That's residential. What are you doing there? You shouldn't even really be there. Why are you there? Can I delete you? You can go away because that just seems very peculiar. Let's move you because I feel like the planners inadvertently didn't look at your planning application correctly and allowed you to build in an area zoned for residential use only. So that's rid of him. Him, them, those, they, their, that. Yeah, this is your commercial space over here. No, over there. That's the residential side of things. So this, all this side. So there's a little pocket, I think, over here that could do with a little bit of love. It's an industrial area. So if I put that there and I make just a little line that goes from there to there, and user will be picking up fuel and dropping off fuel, and we'll call you I'm guessing it's Antiquera fuel trucks too. Well, okay, let's call it that. Well, we're not going to need a lot. Sorry, we're not going to need a lot. So what we're going to need is maybe 4. Right. So we'll get them off, and they might. I don't need to add any more vehicles down at the bottom. That seems to be happening the way it's going to be happening. Look at these guys all queuing up all at once. I suppose that's fine. They're going to pick everybody up. Or mostly pick everybody up. You're taking ages to load, really. You could just move along. What's the problem? Luggage. Come on. What's up with you people? Anyway, they're doing their thing. That's fuel. Goods not sorted. Bricks not sorted. Tools not sorted. Really? Why not? Why not? Why is Antiquera not getting bricks? Or tools? Because we haven't sorted that out yet. Have we? So that's an entirely new setup. These guys are taking tools, but everything's going to Villa de Cans. Got this little tools place here. It's not a huge supply of tools. 4, right? And you only want 4 tools. And we've actually got a hub here already. If I were a thinking kind of guy, what I might say is could we put somebody right here How close can I get to this building? It's not very level. I just want to see if I can get my angles exactly how I want them to be. Is that it? Is that? Oh, it's not quite. I think that's as close to the angle as I want. And I can put that there like that. Right? Ditch that bit. Sorry. Cargo. We are dropping off and picking up. Oh, it's too close, you see? Look at that. It's just clipping the edge of that one. Okay, that's fine. Delete that so we keep parity. We want to come in this side and go out that side, I feel. Right, road-wise, they are coming out this side. So I want... If I create a junction, I'm not going to have an awful lot of trucks moving though. I think we could create a junction there. We'll just do that. Again, my favorite. And I think rather than create a bridge, yeah, that's a bit too extreme. I just don't want to mess with that level crossing too much. I think that's fine. That's fine, and there, and smoothy smooth. Right. It still looks a bit... Let's come away from the road a little bit. Right, there's a bit of stuff there. Lift this whole environment a smidge. Right. Okay. And then what I'm going to need to do is I am going to need to can I run this right along here? Sure, sort of can. Could we make that? Right, so that gives us a little bit of breathing space, albeit that they're cutting across each other. But like I said, I don't expect this to be very, very busy line. So what we're going to do is we are going to... Let's start here. And what they will do is they will pick up the timber and they will go here, where they will drop the timber off and they will pick up the tools. And they will take the tools somewhere. Where do we want the tools to go? We want the tools to go. There's not a lot of tools needed. So they're going to go to that one. So that one there, they're also going to go into that. And then they're going to look back out again, which is fine. I don't like... See, this is already busy. You see how busy this already is? And we're over here. And he's going to loop in. See, this is the thing is, this is residential over here. But it's, like I've said, this is going to be relatively quiet. So what I'll do is I'll put in a couple of waypoints. So what we'll do is we'll go back into that line. So sidings. Why is this out of place? That one's in the wrong place. Sidings south, which is that one. Then I want them to come this way. Then they'll go there, see? And then I want them to come back this way. Right? And that keeps that congestion off this line. And that is, this is Antequera, isn't it? So that's Antequera. Antequera, I'm going to call it Antequera Timber Tools. And then I hopefully won't forget which one it is when I'm looking at it, when there's an awful lot more lines, right? Right, and like I said, we don't need a lot. We do need the universal cargo. It's a bit of a route. Let's say 3. Right? Let's say 3. So this should start making some timber available. Hopefully. Yeah, there you go. Some timber has been made available. Right, so Antiquaria might actually get some tools for a change, because I'm actually now sorting that out. Just had the brick situation to think about. And we were going to replace some more trucks. I say trucks. You know what I mean. An awful lot of these intercity buses, essentially, or, you know, stagecoaches, as the case may be. It's not even 1900 yet. Come on. I wonder how many we'll get to. There we go. We've got 48. That'll cut it. 48 very bads. Right. Oh, we got some very bad trains we're going to have a look at in a minute. Right. Bricks. Bricks and mortar. I think they're actually called construction products, aren't they? What are they called? Construction materials. Right. Construction materials. Where are all the construction materials going? They're not going towards Antequera. There's an awful lot. There's some going to Arrecife. There's some going to Colsa. There's some going to Tamalusa. There's a lot going to Tamalusa. It's probably not a lot going to Tamalusa as much as there's a lot waiting to go. And that's there's nobody going to here anymore. Was there? And I deleted it. I don't remember if there was. These I wonder if no, because they only go there. So how am I going to get bricks down here? How am I going to get bricks down here and into there without creating yet another crazy route? It's yeah. It's a bit. It feels a bit far for trucks from Rivas to get here currently. And it feels even further to where the bricks are actually made, although we do have a serious overabundance, but that's not for that's for this hub. So because this is a small demand, 5 currently, and they're all where are they? They'll all be they're right here. They'll be serviced by this thing. It's not going to be super profitable, is it? We don't have any brick. We got some bricks going this way, but like I said, I think as the crow flies, gosh, I mean, it's almost much of a muchness, really. I mean, what is if we were in theory to draw a road from there to there? It's well, we're out past the kilometer, right? It runs out past the kilometer or something. Sorry. See what it says. Where are you? 2 kilometers. The road would go 2 kilometers. So from here, we're out past 2 kilometers already, and from here, gosh, be even worse. Actually, oddly enough, not so well. Not as the crow flies, anyway. But you gotta go round. Gotta go around this flaming mountain, and that way is a lot different. So it's probably best to get it from Reeves. Reeves is picking up a lot of bricks. It should be picking up a lot of bricks. Apparently, it's not getting nearly enough bricks. Why is Reeves not getting nearly enough bricks? Is my train not functioning properly? Reeves oil and bricks. I've got one in bad condition and one in mediocre condition. It's shifting an awful lot of oil and not an awful lot of bricks. That is why that is not quite working out. Right, because he's coming in here and picking up all this oil. And then he's traveling all the way up here to drop this oil off, which is fine. And then he's picking up some bricks and bringing some bricks back. What's this place look like in terms of how busy it is? Touch and go. I wouldn't really want to cut down on my oil. I could put in a third train and unbalance it and put in, you know, five oil tanker wagons and make the remaining 36 bricks, and that would solve that issue. This line's starting to look a bit congested though, altogether. Let's have a look. How many trains are running through here at the minute? Quite a bit. And we already have these oil trucks getting congested. I don't really want to have to push them over onto that third line, because I put that third line there specifically for the 2 trains that are currently running backwards and forwards from Antequera. Which is these chaps. So these chaps are still busy, and therefore adding in an extra train. How mad is that gonna be? The other alternative is I could take the fuel trains over to the third platform and then let the bricks truck pass through. It's a little bit of a nuisance because these are then crossing over, because they're coming from this side then coming down here, then I'd have to cross them over again. In which case I'd cross them over sort of immediately after this road. This road is in need of something. And by something I mean a bridge, isn't it? I mean, obviously there's some congestion happening here. This road is in need of, or a tunnel. What you might call a grade adjustment. Squirrel, I'm getting sidetracked. That is a lot of traffic queuing up, isn't there? Right, if you guys could all just hurry along and clear this junction, I can actually delete the junction and do a new one before the trains get back. Come on, I can see you 2 buses. I'm not worried about private people. Private people will disappear. And come on, there you go. Now before the next one comes along and before the train. Right, stop. Everybody stop. Right. Let's talk about grade adjustments. We want to go under here. Just do it as a tunnel. It's just gonna be so much easier. I'll just need to pull this back a little bit because we're gonna need a bit more of a. We're gonna need a bit more of a run in on this one. You are going to need to be a curvy tool, and you're going to need to come down one, two, three, four, five. You need to come down 5. Right, can I do that? And then it's a relatively sensible looking tunnel, and then you seem to be quite long. Is there any way I could get you to change your mind on this? And have you come up earlier? That still seems excessively long. I hope you don't mind me saying so. I don't care what you think. Right, that's not. Let's try this again. Maybe we'll do here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, and if we were to do the curvy tool from here to here, that makes sense. If we were to do the curvy tool from here to here, that makes less sense. I want you to come up sooner. Is there something, are you going down? Is there some reason why? No, it seems the same. I think maybe, let's see if I can pull this a little closer and then get it to do that. Yeah, that's a bit better. I say better. No, that's not what I wanted you to do, you flaming galah. Works one way but not the other. No, I don't want you to do that. I do not want you to do that at all. I wanted you to do that, ideally, but then, like, this is bad. Oh, it's so infuriating. I don't want you to do that. I want you to come up. No, I don't want you to do that. Ugh. Right. Blimey. I'll do that there and then come up. How's that look? Right. And in fact, I can actually delete that a bit further now that I've got that node settled. And then do that. Right? And then you've got that tunnel through there, which that probably could actually do with being a little bit lessened. And seeing as you were sort of already there. Stop that! No, stop that! We could do that. That's a bit more sensible as far as things go. Smoothie tool. Smoothie! Ooshity oosh. What is that happening there? What's going on with you? Something strange is afoot. What is causing that? Look at this thing. What is that? It's gone bonkers. Is that what's going on? This game. Right, I don't know what that was. Now it's messed everything up again. Right, where are you? You're down here. And I wanted you to do that and then do that. Right? No, because now you're like ridiculously steep again. Right, okay. So, no, and no. Let's have you stay like that out there. That's a sensible angle. And then we'll come up maybe 1. And then from there we'll come up the rest. How's that look? That looks kind of sensible. doesn't it? Right, okay. And then this. Ah, no, it's done that thing again. That's what happens when you smooth it around the edge of that tunnel entrance. Can I... What can I do? Can I bring it up? Yeah, I can. Oop, oop, oop. Right, that makes it look slightly bonkers. Let's smoothie that. Ah, what are you doing here? Is this is water again? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Right. Blimey. Ah, up. Right. Nah. Up. Gosh. It really is. It really is determined to completely annoy me. Oh, the minute I touch it, even with the slightest thing, I get this craziness happening. Can I just get you to flatten? How about that? How about that? Right. That's as bad as we're going to get with that thing because it's just driving me absolutely potty. I honestly, sincerely hope that whatever they do with, I need to move this now. Whatever they do with transport fever through some of this stuff, that they get this stuff sorted. It's infuriating. And like I said, it's not just me. It's not just my incompetence. I have seen very competent people who shall remain nameless also struggle with some of this environmental building on the maps because the environmental tools are just so hat stand crazy. Um, so yeah, so it's not just me, which is good. It's good to know it's not the fact that I am mad and incapable. I am mad and incapable, but it's not that is causing the problem. Right, now then, after all that, I can't remember. Did I set up did I set up that line or not? Um, right, I did set up the line, and I even put trucks on it. Right, and all this was because I was looking at something completely different. Pardon me. Bricks. Blimey, that's what I was looking at. Bricks. Thank you. How am I going to get bricks to this place? And it's such a small supply. That's right. So I was saying, well, I don't know. It's only 5 bricks. I'm not going to put in a whole train for 5 bricks. Can we get bricks from... Oh, this is another one, isn't it? Oh, bridge. just Let's just go with bridge on this one. It looks like it needs a bridge. Um, can you guys get past and then I can do a quick bridge? I say quick bridge. Famous last words. Right. Ta-da! A bridge. Here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Will it do 4? It will do 4 in this location. That looks uncommonly sensible. Surely that's not going to be that simple. It might be. Why is it on an angle? Why? I don't want another bridge on an angle. I'm never going to do this again now, am I? That's it. I had my chance. It's never going to be like that again. I tell you what. Let's make this the same height. Right? How strong have I got this? Relatively strong. Right. Let's make this the same height here. And then see if we can get a bridge that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I said 4, didn't I? I did. Not the node. Right. How many is that? 30. That was how much it was last time. Give or take a nudge and a bit and a half. So let's see. Does it work? It does work. It's even mostly flat, which is awesome. Smoothie. Smoothie, smoothie, smoothie tool. Right. Now then, surely this can't go desperately wrong. I mean, it looks like it should be pretty simple. Yeah, I know. You're right. Pretty simple. Right. What does this do? It does something dangerous. I don't think that angle. I think I want like that angle. If it's all the same, I'll sort that in a second. I don't. Are you like some kind of, you can go there. Right. Essentially straight. You are also the same. That is no. That is slightly too crazy. But I think that's probably fine. How's that look? Well, it looks believable as a bridge goes. It looks dreadful as a construction mechanic, but it looks believable. You can go away and no, you can connect. That looks slightly more believable. Right, Mr. Smoothie Tool, come back. Right, okay. There you are. And stuff. Yeah, okay. That's not mad. I'm okay that that's not mad. Anyway, like I said, talk about sidetracked. Kind of. Ah, there's another one. Another one. Oh, I mean it's not even 1900 yet. I haven't got decent roads. I don't know. It, this one doesn't seem to be as much of a problem. This one is a problem because I have these whopping great big huge trains, and there's two of them, and there's a points there. So when they're waiting at the points, they block that road. This doesn't seem to be so much of an issue. All of which are American dreams. No, all of which is in relation to me trying to get bricks to Antiquera. Ah, sidetracked by a million things. Flippin' heck. Reavers. I was going to send it from Reavers. That's right. I was going to pick up at Reavers, and I was going to have them go out that way. Not ideally through residential, if I can help it. I have to wonder, that being the case, if I connected these roads through here and went this way, in which there's lots of industrial traffic anyway, and then because we're going to be dropping off here at Kali Aliatar anyway, and I can not bother these people over here and not bother those people over there. Like I've said, all this for 5 bricks. I mean, it's bonkers. Why are you in the way? My my planning brain is saying that you should not be in the way, and in fact, you should be straight. I'm almost certain you should be straight, and you are never going to connect up straight, are you? Are you? No, you are. So with that straight line in place, I think that this is a little bit preemptive, people. There's plenty of other places you can build now. Right, so we think maybe from here, with our new line, picking up bricks at Reavers and taking them all the way to Antiquera. And we'll say, yeah, sure. You do either of those. But you're very definitely only picking up bricks. And this is going to be Reva's Antiquera bricks. Trucks. Right. Oh, okay. Dog wants out. Do you want out? Or you just... No, you don't. You're just being weird. Oh. Do you need to put another log on the fire, though? Hello? Right. So that will create a bit of demand. I may as well do it from over here. Reva's, how many? 3? Let's call it 3. Reva's Antiquera bricks. Now, whoa. Where are you going? Oh, you want to go that way. Which is the way I didn't want you to go. Go, of course. Right, alright then. I see. You're going to be like that, are you? I'm going to put in a waypoint. I bet if I put in a waypoint over here, I bet if I put in 2 waypoints over here, that you would have but no choice. So we go from here, and then we add a station, which would be that one. Ding dong. And then you go through there, and then we add a station back. Ding dong. Now, you cheeky mongrel. You wanna go that way. That's not the way I wanted you to go. I'm gonna have to put them in a different spot. Did I mention I also wanted them to change the delete function thing? Right. Oh, I have to put them here then. This is the only bit that's going to definitely compel it to go that way, isn't it? So from there, I want you to go there, and then from there, there. Right. So now you are actually going the way I want you to go. I appreciate it's a longer journey. What are you doing? Inside. Is this... Why is... Wait, hang on a minute. Let's just... Because sometimes they get a little bit funky with their roots. So, yeah, that's it. Okay. Sometimes they take a little while to remember that they've just changed routes. So it thought it was going somewhere else. So he's going to come down here. He's going to loop up back through there. Okay. Well, it's a wide street, and it's still... it's on the edge of the residential. I don't know why I'm looking at that. That's residential, and that's residential, and that's commercial. I kind of feel like you residential taking your life in your own hands here, you know. Encroaching on my commercial industrial areas. Anywho, oh, it's good to see this is stacking up with fuel now. Getting a little bit more fuel coming through here, which means we should be getting a little bit more fuel going to Arrecife, which was what my original intention was, right? Yeah, we got a few more fuel there, and yeah, 101 picking up. Tools is picking up as well. Jolly good. So that's working. So Antiquera, so we've sorted them out with fuel, and we're not doing goods yet. And we think now we've created a bricks and a tools connection, right? So let's let time run while I have a look at this. Let's not let time run while I have a look at this. Reva's Ubeda oil, 189 capacity. That's the old style choo-choo. Will it? No, it won't. It wants me to replace everything. Okay, so I need to replace 27 of these things. Because sometimes you don't need to replace everything, you just need to replace the logo. But they want 27. I wasn't counting. Right, where's it gone? It's gone to the bottom. Too busy talking, not busy counting. 23. Ooh, I was 4 short. That's not too bad for me. Usually I'm dreadful. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. That's solved that problem. Ubeda Palencia Freight. What's this guy shifting? Can't remember. Anyway, 119 capacity. No, he's also not going to shift. 119 capacity. Remember that this time instead of actually trying to count. There we go. That's him sorted. Who's this? Antiquary Revis Freight. That's who's that? Antiquary Revis Freight. I'll have to have a look at that one. Anyway, I'm gonna want one of those. No, he wants me to replace everything as well. $133 capacity? Is that what it was? 134? Oh, I don't know. Probably doesn't matter. Columnar coal. Oh yeah, one of these turkeys. 31. Wait till the autosave finishes. And now he also wants me to replace everything. That's a 217 capacity coal truck. Or coal train. Which they have to be. Make sure it's coal this time. Last time I put in something different and wondered why it wasn't working. Right. Gosh, is that it? Is that all the very bads? Heavens above. That took ages, but there you go. Right, okay. So RC face fine, Antiquary is fine. Hey, you know what we haven't checked on in a while? What's happening down here? What's happening down here? 5. Still 5? Is that because you're just leaving? You are just leaving and you're carrying full 32. I'm surprised. That didn't take long. That didn't take long. What? How many are up here? 14. Okay. So 32, and he left 5 behind. That's nearly one more carriage. Right, so that's nearly one more carriage. So we'll need to wait and see, but it looks like this passenger line is picking up a bit. I say picking up. I'm not necessarily convinced he's making me a lot of money. Yeah, I mean, we're at 87,000, and he's got a long way to go. 42, 60. It goes up and down. It's a bit of a pain, but yeah, okay. Look, it is doing what it's doing. Who do we want to have a look at next? Villa de Cans. Hopefully Villa de Cans is pretty straightforward. Villa de Cans. Machines 84. Bread 73. No tools. Well, it just so happens, would you believe, I've just set up another tools factory here. I'm pretty sure I can sort that out for you people. Really, you only want 8, so that's a piece of cake. So that's fine. Machines. I'm pretty sure isn't they Villa de Cans machine trucks? We just need more trucks, don't we? How many trucks we got? 18. They're not in great condition. Everybody else. Okay. Well, let us swap those in. 18. Let's make it 24. Right. So we're probably got, what did they want? They want 106. There's 54 waiting there. Yeah, that's probably fine. Food wise, 72. We're not getting enough food, are we? Nah, Villa de Cans food trucks. We're not. Is this could be food arriving though. Waiting. Again, it's getting properly busy down at this old hub down here. A lot of trains waiting. Well, you know, one train waiting. He's carrying 17 food from Columnar. I mean, it's not a lot. That's just not a lot of food. 17. And this is just stopped working really well. Since I started messing around with things with this whole food thing, it was working great, and this place was rammed with food, and food was trundling down here, and it was all jolly good. And then boom, it's gone. Where is it gone? I haven't got the smokiest idea. Has it gone over here? Sincerely doubt it. This guy is supposed to be actually bringing food as well, isn't he? He's taking it to Palencia. No, we're not making enough food. The food is not going to Villa de Cans. This guy's about to head out to Villa de Cans, isn't he? No, he's going to Columnar. Have we got anybody on the road? No, he's coming back. No, you're the steel truck. How we got? Because they want food. They want food. And I have food trucks here. Somebody's dropped food off. Oh yeah, there's this guy. There's definitely demand, and this is how much demand. This is 99. So this shouldn't be giving me such a headache. I don't know why it's giving me such a headache. These guys should be busy with stuff. Did I break it or something? It doesn't look like it's connected, does it? How the heck am I getting food there? No, it is connected. Look, the train is definitely connected to the plant. I know it doesn't look so when I click on this, but it is when I click on that. I wonder if that's... No, that wouldn't... Would it? That wouldn't be causing a problem, would it? You think it's causing a minor glitch? If we were to run this straight out, say, to there, and then run that straight into there, that's fine. No, it still doesn't recognize any difference. I didn't think it should not work like that. But sometimes you never can tell with this game. I don't know what's happening here. We've connected to this place via their stormwater detention pond. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it should tell me it's shipping 41 to Villa de Cans. It's not enough. Why is it not keeping up? We definitely have enough product coming in. I'm almost certain we have enough product coming in. I don't like you, sir. I don't like you at all. We're also picking up stuff from over here, aren't we? Picking up stuff from over here. The Tomalosa Villa de Cans freight. That's heading to Villa de Cans. So he is picking up food. Yeah, that's another one that's messing around. Maybe this guy is the issue here because it's recognizing that this food is here and that this food helps satisfy that demand but hasn't got here yet. So where is that train? And I need to make that train bigger. Yeah, 4. I think it's fair to say that needs to be bigger than 4, and that needs a better loco, and that's what, 12? I don't care about the 12 so much, so let's not worry about the 12, but we can make it a faster loco, so we can make it that chap, and more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right? Where are you? Right, you're coming this way. You're carrying 84 bricks. Alright, you're the one that also has a ridiculous need for bricks, don't you? Tomaloso. No, not particularly. No, a little bit more. Okay, well, you know what? Seeing as we're actually making you a little bit bigger, let's credit you with 2 more. Right? I make you 10 and 14, and then that'll keep you happy. So he is going to come over here. He's going to whop off bricks, and he's going to pick up food. And maybe that will help supply Villa de Cans with the extra 20 or so that it needs for that. Now then, tools. That's what we were working on, was tools. Let me just quickly check, because these things go very bad very quickly. No, we're still bad. Right. Who wants tools then? Not a lot of people. So you. So in that case, he should be able to also go. So we can also go there, to there, to there. Right, so Antiquera. Pick up timber, my dear boy, and you will be dropping off timber and picking up tools, and then you'll be dropping them off. And we're going to call that Antiquera Villa de Cans timber tools trucks. Antiquera Villa de Cans timber tool trucks. Right, okay. We're going to go over here, and we're going to say timber and tools. We're going to need these. 4. Right. That just leaves fuel. Fuel. What are we going to do about fuel to Villa de Cans? Here. Isn't there? There is. There is. You're right. There is. There absolutely is. Currently there's 80, and this is a big station, and this is got a lot of stuff. I would have to, because I don't think this guy is close enough to pick up from there. No, he's not. I would have to put in another little cargo displacement. Which isn't the end of the world. I mean, we did have stuff here before, you recall. I think. Does that look like it's lined up correctly? And it's not. It doesn't quite. That does. Still close. I wish we had grids, or grid snapping, or something. Let's see anyway. So, get rid of that. Right, let's see how far we can get before we run into the road. We probably don't need to be bigger than that. Like I said, it's a very minor demand. So what we want to do, sorry, we're going to need an entrance and an exit. We're going to want a entrance, and we're going to want an exit. I like that, maybe. Out inside. And we're going to want to do a straight line. It's going to mess with that. No, it's fine. And another straight line, because we like straight lines around here. Around these parts. Let's put a straight line in there. Why not? I don't think it's going to mess with with anything. Right, fuel. So again, fuel. We want a line going from here to where? Yeah, good question. Jumping in there with your feet the same length. Where's the fuel want to go? Ooh, the fuel wants to go. There's like one guy. Are you the only person with oil-fired boiler? You are, aren't you? What are you anyway? You're an industry. Just some industry that hisses. Oh no, not you. You. Yeah, you. What are you making? Trash outside, but I've no idea what he's making in there. Anyway, I need to go to the other one. At a station. He's going in there. Boof. Calais de Cordoba. Right. He is going to be picking up only fuel and dropping off only fuel. And this is then going to be Antequera Villa de Cans. Fuel trucks. Bada boom. And again, we're not going to need a vast amount of them, are we? It's a long journey. I'll make it 4. Antiquary Villa de Cans fuel trucks. Right, alright then. I think that's Villa de Cans sorted. He seemed to be a little bit easier to sort than the other ones. 79, still not going up, still not going up. It'll probably take a little while for these things to come through. They do not like the emissions. Why not? Yeah, why not? Look at the amount of trucks that are running through there. It's not super, is it? Where's the residential? Oh, they're all running through residential. They're all running through residential because... Are they all going here? Well, that is. That is. But it's not... I think it's mainly... Is it mainly this one? Villa de Cans... Well, the machines trucks. It is, isn't it? I wonder... Because we have that over there. And they're all coming from over here. This looks a little bit speculative, if you don't mind me saying so. If I was a rich man, and I speculatively said maybe there might be some roads coming in this direction, and maybe some of those roads might see what the topography looks like. It's actually not too mad an idea to say they might be better following the topography over this way and down this way to sort of thereabouts. Honestly, what is its major malfunction with roadworks? What is the problem? Is that so very hard? Because that node is there? You're absolutely mad. Mad, sir. Tell you what, I'll just put it there just to stop the madness. Right, I'll let it run for a second. Just wait and see. Ooh, look, people have already thought maybe there's a better way to do this. Right, machine trucks. Yes! The machine trucks have thought, well, hang on a minute, bro. We can go the other way. What about this turkey? What's coming this way? No, not that one. That one. They think a loop. They think a loop might be the right way to do it. Could we convince them that a loop might be a bad way to do it? Of course we could. And the only way we could do that is with low waypoint. Let's put it there. I'm not really sure which one they're following. I think it's the one on the way back. Nope, wrong one. This guy. So, where are they going? Villa de Cans transfer. And they're heading... It's coming back. So they think it would be a better idea to go the other way. What if I said to them that it's not? Yeah, there we go. Right, let's run that. Yeah, so now then, that means they're all kind of semi-thinking. Maybe going another way. Ah, what's happening here? Look at you lot. I was just thinking I'm now going to have to widen some roads. Widen some roads, sir, and delete some buildings. I think, let's see, there's probably room to say that those roads needed widening. I don't want to mess with the residential roads so much. Which is actually, is this in a residential area? No, that's commercial. We've got residences up here, haven't we? So that, yeah, that solves that little. It's a bit weird, isn't it, having that there, but nobody's using this as a thoroughfare. Why are you going that way? Why wouldn't you choose the other one? It's wider. Some of you are choosing that way, some of you are choosing not. Interesting. Oh, because you guys have got to loop around. Right, gotcha. In which case, yeah, I'll probably need to widen that, and then that loop is wide. And then we've widened that section, right? Let's widen that bit. Just for gits and shiggles. Right, okay, well that's changed that a bit. And what do they think now? We'll see. Okay. It's probably not. It's probably too soon to tell. Yeah, it still says 40%, but that might drop. Now that we've got an awful lot less cargo trucks actually running through the residential areas. Is this residential or is this commercial? A little bit of both. A little bit of both. A little bit of both. Right, anyway, Villa de Cans, that's Villa de Cans. Villa de Cans is sorted, I think. That's probably the way to put that. Right, Antiquera, Villa de Cans, Reavers. Right, let's quickly have a look at how many trucks have transitioned into being in a dreadful condition since we've been chatting. A few. Oh. But there's no more horses left. 1900, there's no more horses left. We're steam powered everything. Yeah, we're into the bads. Let's go with 35. I mean, I'm not short of money, but let's go with 35. Right. Okay. So, Arrecife, Antequera, Villa de Cans, Rivas, Valle Madrid. How are we doing here? We had issue with bricks. Do you remember? Rivas bricks, which were coming from over here. Rivas, oil, and bricks. We have an awful lot of bricks not going anywhere. And that, I think, is entirely to do with the construction of the trains. And the fact that they're in bad condition. So let's sort that out. So they're using the older style loco. And we've only got 8 brick trucks, but we've got 33 oil. And what do we want to do about that? Because actually, we might be taking way too much oil. Where is the train? Where the train? There's 2 of them. The trains? That's not you. You're a timber train. Where are my trains? You've gone and lost a whole couple of trains. Where are you? Waiting to get through this train station again. I did say waiting. Where's the other one? Even worse. Oh, they've stacked up behind each other. Stacked up behind each other. I want to see this because if I've got him carrying 231 barrels of crude, and I don't even think we got 231 barrels of crude for him. So this is just unbalanced. 55. There's no way there's going to be 231 by the time he gets around here. Even if he's lucky 75, I mean, they're not cranking it. The Ubeda oil, yeah, absolutely. Ubeda wants oil like there's no tomorrow. But Reavers don't want oil. Oh, you know what the issue is? Not that Reavers don't want oil, because there's no additional storage. All of the storage space is being taken up by the Ubeda stuff, and that is then forcing the Reavers stuff out of the way. That said, that's not necessarily part of the problem because, yeah, we could do with more oil coming in there. Are they the only people supplying that with oil? No, they're not, because we have this chappie down here and this ridiculous supply chain. Also supposed to be supplying this with oil, but we just can't keep up. We just can't keep up. I just simply cannot put enough trucks through here. Look at the state of it. We're a little short. I feel like we could probably squeeze in a few more. How many have we got? 35. Oh, and they're all bad. Are they all bad? I say they're all bad. Yeah, they're all bad. Goodness gracious. I tell you what, let's sort this out for a start, Ski and Hutch, and see what's going on. No, miss. Right, 35. Boom shakalaka. Add in an extra 5. Shall we say? Right, where are they coming from? They're coming from there. Right, where's that bloke with his oil? I don't think, let me see, I don't think, although maybe, can I fit, that's the 80s, on the ends? Have I got room down here for a couple of 80s? I do, but geez, it's gonna mess with look at the state of that. This is less problematic. Still not awesome. I wanted to put a train line down there eventually, didn't I? But I'm not 27. That's not too bad, to be honest. We can definitely go more, and probably duplicate. Yeah, because there's a. Well, I didn't want to do that. Bing, there you go. That might help solve some of that issue out a little bit. Now then, where's this guy and his bricks? Bricks and oil. Right, 231. No, this isn't gonna change. Right. Tell you what, because what we do need to do is we can't make the situation worse, but we can make it better, he says. So this train ain't gonna get 231 here. Like I said, lucky if he would get 75. Now it's gonna change when that other train kicks in. That is gonna change. Also, it's a slower train. So I think we got 287 capacity, which is 408 meters in length. So 408 meters in length is a happy length that we can use, which is fine. So what if instead, because we know we need a lot of bricks, what if instead we were to say, get rid of all of these oil issues, and say we want, let's say 98 oil and the rest bricks up to 408. Can't have been. Oh, no, it would have been, but it's because they got a slightly different. They're different links. 402. Let's call it 402. Right? That seems like that might make a bit more sense. So that's let's do that again with the other one. If we can remember what we did. I'll go down here for a start. Delete everything. Delete, 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 delete. Right. What we say? 98. And the rest up to 402. Right. There we go. Now then. That should definitely do something positive, I think. Yeah, because he's got 69. So then this guy can sort his stuff out. Here's the second one coming along. Look at that. That's a lot more bricks. So Reeves needs a lot of bricks. But they got no bricks. In fact, they're going backwards. They used to want more things, but because the brick supply has dropped off, they're not going anywhere. Which is a real shame. Reeves has gone backwards. It's shrunkered. Look at that. Boom. 1884. It's gone downhill again. It's looking like the Alps over there. Yeah, right. Okay. I also wonder if it's to do with this slightly congested station through here. I'm still humming and hawing. It's this train here. This train here. He is... How much is he carrying now? 46? Is that all? Jeepers. Why can't I get you guys to carry shift more stuff? Although that said... Oh, is this the guy coming in to pick it up? It is. He's only carrying 40. Fine. I say fine, it's not fine. But anyway. Right, is this the second one out or the first one out? Second one, because he's only carrying 19. So this is the first one. And yeah, look, jammed up waiting on traffic. Traffic. This knot here is becoming a bit of a traffic jam, isn't it? It is. You're right. It is. And I'm gonna have to do what I didn't want to do, but I'm gonna have to do it anyway because I didn't want to do it. Oh, that's a pain, but you have to when you have to. Oh look, all these things are suddenly in very bad condition. There's a huge surprise. These should now last a little bit longer because these have a 5-year lifespan, and the older trucks, they only had what was their lifespan? 3 years. So these are 5 years. That said, you still end up replacing them, right? You still end up replacing them. So this is what we're going to have to do. I put this in here temporarily. That was only because I was shifting trains on shifting tracks. But what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to do a crossover with these fuel trains. And I don't want to monkey around with this tunnel, which was so annoying when I built it in the first place. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to run down the side here. Probably about there. I think that's where it sort of starts turning. Come on, my dear node. Tell you what, are you gonna snap? You are excellent, Smithers. Right. Down here, as far as here. And then we should be able to just whop in there. It's a nice curve. Whop in there. That's also a nice curve. We should be long enough that we can put in points more or less at the same place as those other places. Right, over on this edge. There you go. And this one should align there, which is fine. Also, whopping a signal. Probably line it up there, to be honest. Whopping a signal. And we need a crossover. We need a crossover, and that over to cross needs to happen. Does it need to happen, actually? No, it doesn't. It doesn't need to happen because we're coming in on this side, and then we already have the direction to go out that side. So we don't need a crossover, so that's fine. Do we need another signal? We probably need at least one. Yeah. About there. Right, so if we do that, and then we go here, and the antiquarian fuel supply is on. This is on platform 1 and 2. So I think we can move this over to 2. And it's not going to like that because it thinks there's a problem. And it thinks there's a problem because I've told it that we are at Antiquera. And that needs to be off. And no, that needs to be on. And the rest of them need to be off. Right. So that is now, unless I am very much mistaken, that's correct. So that's fuel to here, and then picking up oil and bringing it back. Yeah, so that should be fine. So that, hopefully, short of the fact that I've had to do this little jiggery pokery. Where's the other one? Because sometimes they get a little bit. No, you should be able to go back. Yeah, so you should find your way back home, and your brother, yeah, is coming in, right? And that will alleviate some pressure on the middle, and then we've got the fuel, oil, hydrocarbon stuff happening over there, which is absolutely opposite to where it's being loaded, which is here. How are these guys doing? We're not quite at maximum capacity. You see, we could fit a truck in, truck, and a truck. So actually, I still think here we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's swap in another 6 because I think we could definitely get a little bit more capacity out of that. Right, we're going to get a little bit of a backlog, and then hopefully they'll filter out. But they're not getting in each other's way. See, Revis is getting bigger again. We're just starting to get a little bit congested up at the top there. They do, they remind me of little bugs. Right. I think we're fine. I think that'll take a little while to iron out. Because I've got further to travel up here. Which is okay. And, I mean, early days, but that central bit seems to be flowing a bit smoother. Where's my cow? Not you? Yes, you. Looking up here. I got lots of pinging going on. Bricks for Revis. About half. Was it 400, remember? It's now just over 200. It's climbing again. Where my bricks trucks are. I must have a lot of them. A lot of them are also shifting logs. I got 29 of them. like I said, we were shifting a lot of bricks earlier. I think it was just traffic. I think it's train traffic has just increased the congestion in the area, and as a consequence, um, we've had some issues. Here we go. Look at this. Now that's a proper supply of bricks. 175, which means back here are still 258. Where's my next brick truck? Where the heck is he? Is this him? That's also got 175? Hey, the chap. Are they still 98? He's going wherever he's going with his fuel. And this chap is heading back with his fuel. Again, long journey. I could whop a third train on there. Because where are they going? Those trains. They are... Yeah, because they're dropping off at Palencia. So they have to take their stuff around here to drop it off here to feed these two. Which is kind of important, actually, now that I come to think of it. And that's... I've only got 2 of them. But now I know that they're definitely on the big guns. Where's the second one? Is that him? No, that's our bricks guy coming in. Just have a look at our bricks guy. Whop. Yeah, there go all our bricks. Awesome. And sadly, this guy is right behind him. I was kind of hoping they'd be able to iron out some spacing between each other, but I might have to do that another time because it's going to load up with bricks. Which fine. Again, don't care. Obviously, Rivas needs a lot of bricks. They've only got 10. They've got a demand of 116, so this should help a lot get that sorted. And that train has now left the building. How far has he left the building? Where's the other one? The other one's miles away. In fact, I think he's just leaving, isn't he? No. Where the heck is he? Is he in Palencia? He is. Okay, so that guy is pulling into Palencia now? No, that's him down here. Right. In that case, I'm going to duplicate him now. That gives this train time to go in here, turn around, pick up some oil. Yeah, there's a bit of oil. Pick up some oil, take some oil over to Palencia, head back down to Palencia. Which is fine. Now then, there you go, 255 bricks. That's somebody else entirely. That train's already heading out. Could I just stop you there for a second? Because you're not actually obstructing anybody. Where's that other train? Right, okay. I'm just going to wrap this up, and then I will be wrapping this up, because I've been gas bagging on for 2 hours. And I do need to attend to other things. But yeah, so not too bad. We got the last couple of hours. I got a few things balanced out. So I'm working through getting some balancing done with sort of the four central towns, really. One of which is probably ultimately going to end up being our capital town somehow. Which one, I don't really know at this stage. Oddly enough, Arrecife seems to be doing one of the best, but I mean, it would kind of make sense that Antequera was the capital, but yeah, I don't know. We got our other guy heading all the way up there, which is great. So yeah, so removing some of this, changing some of this, trying to get the towns to grow a little bit, removing some of the emissions. I see that this hasn't really picked up yet, because didn't he also want tools and fuel? And that has now dropped off. So don't know what the story with that is. We'll need to have a look at that. And this guy has just pulled in. So that's created a little bit of a gap between these two. So I'll get him started again. And we'll move him on. Don't know what happened with Villa de Cans. Villa de Cans was doing all right. It's taken a bit of a tumble. Because we do have trucks running, but those trucks are now redundant because there's no demand. It wasn't a very big demand, to be fair. So still just not picking up on the machines. That's something else I'll need to pursue. So there's some lines that just aren't quite performing the way they should be performing. And there's some things which are just problems and probably apparently my connection quality has dropped off, probably because it's prime time where I am. So that's a good place to leave it. So I'll say ta-ta for now. Ta-ta for now!